Hello, my fine villains and the lovely villainesses. Today, we're going to be getting some good stuff. Yes, we're going to be talking about the after the rework for Oberon. Before anything, help a villainette, let's get started. All right, so this is my absolutely beast of a Oberon, and I'm just going to let you guys know right now, if you do not have Oberon, pick them up. There is a time, and I don't know exactly when it is, it's going to be stopping, but if you log in, you get a free Oberon, just the regular one, not the Prime one. But if you do get the Prime one, it's definitely worth it. So let's go over real quickly all the new changes and then how I have mine currently built. So they changed his passive from whatever the freak it was. It was absolutely ridiculous. I think it was like his stuff stacks to your companions, and no one really cared about it. If they made it so that it was more companion-orientated frame, I would actually consider it. But this one's actually more of a everybody. So his passive is going to be whenever you collect health orbs, you get a max of 3 stacks of Oberon's Righteous Negation, and that's pretty much whenever you take damage. It just absorbs it, and don't worry about it. And you get like a 0.25 seconds of invulnerability, so it's literally like 3 insta shield. Shield gating. Thank you, can't brain. But this is actually really good because it affects everyone within the affinity range. It's not everyone one person gets one and then it just kind of goes right down the list. No, you pick up a health orb, everyone including yourself gets 1 stack up to a maximum of 3. So the more health orbs you drop, the more this stuff just keeps on going. Alright, now comes the good stuff. We're going to be talking all this in order. So we are going to go with Smite. Now, I know it doesn't say that on there, but you got just hold on for a second, all right? I know everyone looked at Smite and said, oh, Smite absolutely sucks. No, it no longer sucks. Smite is now something to be reckoned with. Oh my god. Smite will actually immediately snap off people's overguard, and it will actually take their health and shields into consideration for damage. It will single target strip all defenses as well. I know it doesn't say it, but it does do that. Now, I know what you're also thinking, V, what's this portion about the enemies near the target also take a portion of the damage? So it'll take up to a maximum of 30% additional damage to everything around you. So if you're doing about like 1 million, you'll only take about like 30k from it, from surrounding or something like that. Maybe 300, another 30k. Oh, no. Which is still pretty good, all right? This isn't a instant nuke, but like it's a pretty good, for a first ability, this is really good. All right, and then they didn't change anything for the augment, so I'm not going to go further into it. I'm just going to say right now, all augments, they didn't change anything. All right, cool, awesome. We're going to move on. So the thing they did change about hallowed ground, it's actually really cool. Now, instead of a cone shape, they actually went for a whole circle. So, you know what? They didn't go triangular. They said, you know what? We just want everyone within this circle to be fine. And also, we're just gonna like blanket everything. So if it's on like a weird edge, it's gonna blanket everything underneath it as well. So if you're thinking of like putting it on a incline with a portion of it on some sort of edge or somewhere else, it'll go to where it needs to go. So just don't worry about it. Also, nullifier bubbles, they just walk right over it wherever they're standing. Although absolutely is nullified, but it's not going to destroy the hallowed ground. So you don't have to worry about that. On top of that, it's also 100% guaranteed radiation damage. So This is really good. Now, I'm going to say this much. They did detach Hallowed Ground from his next 2 abilities. But, and that's a big ass too, they did make it so that if you do put down Hallowed Ground, you get bonuses. So now you're actually incentivized to put down a Hallowed Ground. Also, you still get the status immunity, which then I don't think they're going to take that away. So let's move over to Renewal, and I love this ability now. It's just a static. It's just a static energy cost, and that's it. Anyone within affinity radius, you will definitely be able to stay with Renewal and all of its benefits. And if you wander outside of it, you'll get the buff duration for it, which isn't half bad. While standing on your Hallowed Ground, you will also get 2 times the healing. So honestly, that's why it's really good to just kind of have a Hallowed Ground out. Just remember, you get 3 of those things, so maybe spread them out a bit. A little bit of duration will definitely go a long way. The one thing I definitely do like about this is that you do get even more armor, and some of the arcanes are kind of going with armor. So let's move on to our very last ability, Reckoning. This one got a lot of buffs, maybe some nerfs here and there, but let's talk about the good stuff before we have to sour it with the bad stuff. So the good stuff is 50% health drops is literally just as long as they get hit by this and it has the duration on them, it just kill them, and it's a 50% chance of a health drop. So having Reckoning and using Reckoning is actually really good. I highly suggest keeping Reckoning now. The only thing I don't like is that it's armor reduction. So if there's someone with shields, you're going to have to just kind of roll your eyes. It is what it is. I will also say that they do get radiation, and you get additional armor. If they're on the Hallowed Ground, you will get even more armor for every target. So this will stack up to a whole whopping additional 1,000. And I think this is going to make Oberon extraordinarily tanky. So let me go over just the regular stuff. I will make another build for something completely different. Let me cook here for a second. I'll show you guys. I do have the efficiency with energy orbs. That might be taken off soon. I do have the Archon for radiation or ability damage on enemies affected by radiation. You will be putting radiation on quite literally everything. So honestly, what I might even do is I might even take out the yellow one and put 2 of these guys. So it's an additional 30%. And that's already going to make everything even more absurd. I then put some duration on him because he definitely does need a little bit more duration. And then 2 things of health. I do want to put another Tau Shard on so that he has even more health. But I think having 1 might be just a sweet spot. It's really hard to see. So I'll show you guys my personal build for just your regular run-of-the-mill Paladin frame. This is kind of it. This is honestly something that's decent. It's not overly out there. I'm gonna let you guys know this much. It is heavy on the forma, so I'm terribly sorry, but it just kind of is. So for this particular one, if you wanted to swap out Hunter's Adrenaline or Rage for Equilibrium, that is entirely up to you. That really depends on what mission you're doing. If you're doing something that you're not going to be taking a whole lot of anything past your shields, I would probably switch this out for Equilibrium. That way you're still getting that energy. I have Blind Rage. If you really want to, you could take something else out for that, but Blind Rage is always pretty good just because of everything else that I keep on. Phoenix Renewal is very, very good, especially when you're doing the harder stuff. This is great for not only you, but your allies as well. And it's really nice is that there's a minute cooldown, so after about a minute, you'll be fine. So I would just make sure it gives you a whole second to like recuperate, figure out what hit you. It's really good. Everything else is actually pretty standard when it comes to at least most of my builds. So I will go over the arcanes real quick. Arcane Blessing and Arcane Bellicose are kind of a hand in hand. If you don't need Arcane Bellicose, you can actually take that off and put something else on, like Arcane Battery, which will scale off of your armor and it'll give you more energy. So if you really felt like it, you could probably take Primed Flow off and put that on there. Honestly though, because I have Arcane Blessing, I want to get more health. I think that's a good idea. If you did decide to put another channelable ability onto Oberon, I would suggest something else, but you're only going to get about 500 health additionally on it, so it's really a hit or miss when it comes to arcanes. But honestly, whatever you put on is absolutely fine. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of stop right there and just tell you guys how really awesome these builds for Oberon are going to become, because I do have the Evil Druid, and I guarantee you when the video comes out, and it should be coming out relatively soon, so definitely help a villain out. You see that like button, or if you're on Rumble, you see that thing, yeah, can you help you just click that real quick. Awesome. Thank you very much. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching. Villainous V signing off.